We're going to be making these stockings that look very similar, or they are inspired by some Anthropologie ones. Welcome to 12 Days of Christmas. Today is day 2. If you missed the first episode, we made a ring holder. I will put the card here so that you can watch that video before you watch this one. Today's video, we're going to be making some holiday decor, and we're going to be making stockings. I know you all love Anthropologie, so I wanted to do something that was inspired by Anthropologie, and I found some stockings that they actually do not sell on their website, but they had a picture of them on there, and I really wanted these stockings. I think they're so cute. This is what they look like. They sell the middle one, but they don't sell these two. So I thought we could make them ourselves. The type of fabric that they use is called brocade. It's a fabric that is used for like curtains or anything like that. It's like a little bit shiny. It uses like a shiny glittery thread. So brocade fabric is expensive from the fabric store. Although you don't need a lot to do a stocking, I didn't want to pay that much for some fabric to make these stockings because we're trying to do it cheaper than what they sell their stockings for. So I found this fabric. This is a curtain, and I got this from the Goodwill. I love this. It's neutral, but it has pops of color with the flowers. And I paid not very much for this fabric. What I love most about those stockings is that they have the fringe. So when I was at Goodwill, I was looking for the fringe, and I found 2 options, but I think what will make me happiest, or what I will like the best on them, is some blue tassel fringe. So we might go try to find some blue tassel fringe, but I picked up these just in case that I had a change of heart and wanted to do something a little more matchy-matchy. Let me show you what I found at Goodwill. I found all of this trim for $5.49. For $5.49. It's not gonna focus. I already took it out of the bag so I can show you. But we have this funky fringe. I love that it's like hairy. And then we also have this fringe that definitely matches more, and it gives that tassel vibe. This is the same exact colors as the fabric. I think both would look really, really pretty. However, I think blue would look the best. I don't have tassel fringe blue, so we would have to go buy some. But I think that's okay. It would still be less than what that stocking would cost from Anthropologie, but let me just show you like the blue together. I think it just adds a really, really nice pop of color, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. I ended up going to Joann's because I just wasn't in love with the tassels that I found. Although it's very possible that I could dye the tassels, I was kind of worried that they would come out muddy. So instead of tassels, I picked up this navy blue pom-pom trim. I thought this would be super fun. And then I also got some velvet. This is 6 inches of a stretch velvet. It doesn't need to be stretched, but this is going to make the bow. I'm going to be making 2 stockings. I'm going to leave a link down in the description box for the stocking pattern. It is a free pattern that you can download and print out. It's a PDF. I found the pattern on Pinterest, so I will leave the blog post on how she created her stocking, and I will also leave some links to some fabric. That way you have an idea of what you can make as well. So let's go print out our pattern. Here is our pattern. I'm going to start by just cutting this piece, figuring out where it goes. So I'm gonna cut on the dotted line. Then I'm just going to tape this baby. I'm just lining up the lines. Now that everything is put together, I'm going to cut all out on the dotted line. All right, we have it all cut out, and now it's time to cut out our fabric. Now I have to decide which way I want my fabric to go, which way I want the flowers to face, but I think I want it to face this way. I have my fabric folded in half so that we get mirror images, and then we can sew them right sides together after we cut this out. You want to cut around the pattern. I'm probably going to pick my favorite flowers that I want showing, but of course this will depend for your fabric. I got my stocking pieces cut out and I serged the edges of them so that they wouldn't fray. Brocade fabric frays really, really easily. So I would use a zigzag stitch if you don't have a serger, but if you have a serger, it's really easy to just, you know. I also cut out and sewed together the lining fabric. I didn't pick anything super fancy. Basically, the steps for the lining are going to be the exact same steps for the exterior. I chose to just use some fabric that I already had, but a cotton lining or anything similar will work just fine with this as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these stocking pieces and I'm going to put them right sides together, and we're gonna sew down these seams, leaving this part open. We're gonna use 1/4 of an inch seam allowance to stitch this all together. While I'm at the sewing machine, I'm going to take my velvet fabric and I'm going to fold it right sides together, hot dog style, and then I'm going to turn it inside out. This will become the bow that'll go on the side of the stocking. Let's go to the sewing machine. I have my bows sewed. How freaking cute are those? The linings and the exterior. So I left a hole at the bottom of the stockings so that we can turn them right side out later on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the lining stockings right side out, and then I'm going to put them inside of the stocking exterior. I'm gonna make sure that it's like all in there straight-ish. So it looks like this, and then we're gonna stitch all the way around to basically complete the stocking. I'm going to take my pom-pom trim and just kind of measure out how much I need across the stocking. I cut off some trim and I'm going to double it so that we have like maximum amount of pom-poms like this. And then I'm going to fold that in half, and I'm just going to sew this open seam together. Flip this down, we're gonna insert our pom-poms. I just sewed them together. We have 2 pieces of trim sewn together so that there was maximum pom-pomage. And I'm going to slip this around the lining, and I'm going to tuck all of it inside of our little sandwich. And then I'm going to match the seams. I'm gonna start on this edge. Okay, I'm confused about the pom-pomage, so I'm gonna have to phone a friend. Let's see if I can call my mom. My mom didn't answer, but I think what I have to do is sew the pom-poms on last so that it's like the finishing touch. I don't think I'm gonna be able to sew them inside the sandwich, so which is fine because it's going to make the sandwich easier. It's gonna make it less bulky. I got the pom-poms sewn on. They look so cute. All that I have to do is close up this hole. I'm gonna hand stitch it closed and then sew on the bow over here, and it'll be so cute and done and ready to hang on my mantle. I closed up the hole on the bottom of the stocking, and now I'm going to sew on the bow. I'm just going to like tack it on, but it's so cute. Okay, so I'm going to start in the trim. I'm I'm going to place my needle like in and then out. I'm going to start a little over here more. I'm going to go through the back of the bow. This is going to be really hard to show you guys. And then I'm basically going to do kind of like a back and forth thing. So I'm going to go back up, back through the trim, and then through the bow. And I'm going to stitch it until it is like all the way flat. Can you believe how good these stockings came out? I have the bows attached on the side. They have a little hanger so that I can hang them on my mantle. And I love this fabric. I adore the trim. Everything is perfect. It couldn't be any better. I'm so happy that I ended up making stockings instead of buying them. Thank you for watching this episode of 12 Days of Christmas. Again, if you missed yesterday's video, I will put a card up here so that you can watch what we made yesterday, and tomorrow's project is gonna be cute as well. So don't forget to subscribe, share this video with a friend, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.